Hey, everybody. This is the topic that I think is really sad. And I think it's sad because I have found out that 64% of Americans are more afraid of running out of money in retirement than they are of death. I have Matt Fury's poem here, and I would really like to read it to you guys. It is all about fear, but I can't do that on YouTube. Apparently, there would be some sort of copyright issue if I were to read somebody else's poem. I can't just give attribution. I would have to contact this man and ask him for permission to read this poem. But I did print it out and I do refer to it from time to time. And I really do like Matt Fury's personal development coaching style. And so I'm just going to go over a few things here. And before we get into all of that, I want to say that if you are here looking for retirement planning advice, please take a look around my channel. I have hundreds of videos on topics such as Social Security, debt freedom, pros and cons of moving, all sorts of things on retirement planning. We also offer a free just-in-time retirement series. It's a mindset retirement planning strategy that David and I developed, and it's based on the Toyota method, where you eliminate waste and align your finances with your goals and values, which allows you for living an abundant, value-based lifestyle. So please take a look around for all of that and visit our website, rebelretirement.com. Now back to what I was saying about fear. Did you know that 64% of us are more afraid of running out of money in retirement than we are of death? And we know that people are very afraid of death and taxes. So this is a monumental thing to say that 64% of Americans are afraid of running out of money in retirement. And so with that said, this is all based on fear. It's based on the fear that we hear in the media all the time. It's based on people telling us we need X amount of dollars before we can retire. It's all based on scaring us into thinking that we need to live a certain lifestyle, that if we don't live up to the Joneses, if our retirement doesn't look like the guy next door, that maybe we've done something wrong, that maybe we didn't plan correctly, that maybe we weren't prudent, we weren't responsible. And that's really sad because I think that's where a lot of this fear is generated. It's generated from others filling our heads. And then of course we develop these fears ourselves. After we hear all of these things, we start ruminating on it, which creates a lot of fear in our minds about retirement. And so let me just say a couple of things here that Matt Fury has spoken about. And there are a couple of stanzas, or at least one stanza here, that is about retirement. And he says, there's the fear of getting fired, hired, of saying I'm retired, of being second best, of eternal rest. So there's always that fear of getting fired, getting hired, and saying I'm retired. Because when we're afraid of getting fired, of course, that's the uncertainty. That's the uncertainty of the unknown. That's all about, well, I'm fired. Will I get another job? Will I have enough money to pay my bills? And then of getting hired. Well, that's another one where getting hired, people are afraid to get hired. And I know David has always told me that it takes a couple of weeks before a person really gets comfortable in their job. And then of saying I'm retired. And I think it's sad to say that I've heard people say that they are rather uncomfortable saying that they're retired because they have placed so much emphasis on their careers, on that label of being working and having a career and being a productive citizen, that they're afraid to say that they're retired. And so all of these things, all of this fear that is generated is a not a good place for us to be. It's not a good place for us to be in our heads when we're always fearful of things. And there are a couple of, or I should say, there are four acronyms when it comes to fear that I would like to share with you. And number one is false evidence appearing real. And what that means is it's not factual, but a distorted interpretation of what we think is real. Number two is forget everything and run. Now, this pertains to our natural instinct to avoid threats. So we just want to forget about everything and just run away from it. And that's not always the best thing if we don't confront our fears. Number three is face everything and rise. Now, this is encouraging because this encourages us to confront our challenges and to grow stronger. And that's the space that I'm hoping I can come from. Number four is false expectations appearing real. Again, this is similar to number one, the false evidence appearing real, similar to number one in that it's an imagined future and outcomes are often inaccurate. So I've been really trying to stay in the present lately. I have been getting off track and worrying and having fears about different things. And so I have really been trying to stay present. And so I really want to face everything and rise. I want to be present in the moment and realize that these things that I'm worried about may never happen. They may never happen. They may be things that I'm worrying about and could actually bring into my future as a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to get on track with eliminating all of those worries. In closing, I want to say that I think that if we are worrying about all of these things that may never, ever happen in our retirement, may never, ever happen in our lives, we are missing out on some of the best years of our lives. So let me know in the comments what you think about all of this, what you think about fear and how that's driving people's retirements and their view of how retirement should be. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope all of you are well. Take care, everybody. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement, and I'll see you next time.